Hello and welcome to our panel discussion on Bhutan's international trade. I am Ishaumu, your moderator for today. We will be exploring Bhutan's trade trends, key trading partners, and how they connect with international trade theories. I am joined by four brilliant panelists who will help unpack these topics. Let's start with introductions. Hello, I'm Pinstruhan. I will be focusing on Bhutan's trade trends, our import and export pattern over the years.
Thank you for having me here today. I am Michelle Mo and I will be taking you through composition of trade, what we trade and with whom we trade.
Hello, I'm Shika Dema and I will be relating Bhutan's trade theories with classical theories like comparative and absolute advantage.
Hello, I'm Phil Wazir and I will be sharing my insights on new trade theories and how Bhutan can improve its global trade presence.
Thank you, everyone. Now let's begin with the broader picture. Pinstruhan, can you take us through Bhutan's current trade trends? Bhutan has been running a consistent trade deficit over the years. According to a recent trade statistic, our exports are primarily dominated by electricity, particularly to India. Other major exports include base metal, ferrosilicon, and some agricultural products. On the import side, we bring in fuel, vehicles, machineries, electronics, and food items. In 2023, for example, Bhutan exported goods worth roughly 55 billion, but imported over 95 billion. That leaves us with a trade deficit of about 40 billion. The gap is widening each year, which is a concern for a long-term sustainability. That's a significant gap. Now, Ishaumu, could you tell us more about who we are trading with and the key components?
Thank you for asking this question, moderator. Certainly, Bhutan's trade is heavily concentrated with India, which accounts more than 80% of both our imports or exports. For instance, nearly all our electricity is exported to India. Apart from India, other key partners include Bangladesh, where we export products like boulders and limestone, and Nepal and Thailand for smaller volumes. Our exports are narrow in range, mostly energy, minerals, and a few agricultural products. Imports are much more diverse. We import fuels, vehicles, electronics, goods, and so on. This imbalance means Bhutan relies heavily on external markets for basic needs and industrial development.
Wow, that makes sense, especially considering our economic structure. Now, Ishkeldun Dema, how do trade theories help us understand the situation better?
Thank you very much. Let's begin with the theory of absolute advantage by Adam Smith. Bhutan has an absolute advantage in hydropower generation. We can produce it more efficiently due to our natural rivers and terrain. We export this to India because we could do it better than most. Now, comparative advantage, developed by David Ricardo, which is more subtle. Even if India can produce both electricity and manufactured goods more efficiently, Bhutan benefits from specialization in electricity where its relatively efficiency is higher. That's what we are doing, exporting electricity and importing goods we can't produce competitively. Now, the Hexter's-Olin theory also explains our trade patterns well. Bhutan is rich in natural resources but lacks skilled labor and advanced capital. So, we export resource-intensive goods and import labor-intensive or capital-intensive goods like electronics and vehicles.
That's a great breakdown, Ishkeldun Dema. Now, Pimeiser, what do newer trade theories suggest for countries like Bhutan?
So to answer your question, new trade theories focus on economics of skill, innovation, and product differentiation. Bhutan, being a small economy, wouldn't benefit from mass production Instead, we should focus on niche markets such as organic products, ecotourism, handicrafts, and traditional wellness services. For example, Bhutan could brand its organic farming products as premium and export them to high-end markets. We don't need to compete on quantity but rather on quality and uniqueness. This aligns with Paul Krugman's new trade theory, which emphasizes the importance of monopolistic competition and branding in global trade. We also need better trade facilitation, simplified customs, better road networks, and digital systems to integrate with global value chains. If we modernize this, Bhutan can become more competitive without needing massive industrialization.
That's insightful, but given the dependency on India, is there a risk to Bhutan's trade stability?
Yes, absolutely. While our close economic ties with India are beneficial, over-reliance can be risky. For example, if there are policy changes or a border disruption, our trade flow can be severely impacted. That's why diversifying trading partners and exports product is important.
Adding to that, regional integration with countries like Bangladesh and Thailand could help reduce over-dependence. We can negotiate better trade agreements, promote cross-border investments, and explore untapped markets like Southeast Asia.
Thank you. Also, policy alignment is key. Bhutan needs to improve export capacity through investments in logistics, R&D, and skilled human resources. These reforms can create new comparative advantages over time.
Right, and let's not forget digital trade. With the right infrastructure, Bhutan can participate in digital services trade, outsourcing, design, tech-enabled tourism marketing. That's the future of small economics in global trade.
Thank you. Now, let's have a shift in the genre and dive into the heart of the conversation, starting with the challenges. Student, what are the main challenges, trade difficulties Bhutan has had?
Our biggest hurdle is being landlocked, depending on India's for a transit, which adds cost and delays. Poor infrastructure, limited dry ports, and road issues and a logistic hurts our exports. We also have a narrow export base, mostly electricity and ferrosilicon, making us vulnerable to market swings, and small-scale industries struggle to scale up for a global demand.
Thank you, Phuntsok. Now, Yishongmu, despite these issues, where do you see trade potential?
Thank you. Bhutan's organic agriculture has global appeal. Products like red rice and herbal teas can succeed in niche markets. Ecotourism and wellness services are another strength. Bhutan can offer retreats, traditional medicine, and spiritual experiences. Also, the digital economy is untapped frontier. With better connectivity, our youth can engage in freelancing and creative services. Thank you.
Yishgyaldan Jamal, how can regional cooperation support these efforts?
Okay, so regional ties are vital, whereby SAARC, BIMSTEC, and BBIN offers platforms for better market access and trade facilitation. Our FTA with India is helpful, but expanding deals with countries like Bangladesh and Thailand would open new markets. Hydropower can also grow with trilateral agreements. Bhutan could export to multiple neighbors.
Bimazer, what reforms are needed to realize this vision?
We must simplify customs, digitalize processes, and reduce border delays in line with the World Trade Organization Trade Facilitation Agreement. On the supply side, exporters need incentives, training, and research and development. Thank you.
Thank you all. Before we conclude, could each of you share one final key takeaway?
We need to monitor trade data closely and adapt to trends that affect our economy.
Diversification, both in partners and product, is crucial for trade reliance.
Trade theories aren't just academic. They are tools that can shape real policy decisions.
Innovation and branding are Bhutan's best bets in the international market.
Wonderful insights. Now this brings us to the end of our panel discussion. Thank you to our panelists and thank you to our viewers for joining us. We hope this discussion has provided valuable understanding into Bhutan's international trade. Thank you.